Hello students, I'm going to teach you chapter number 10, magnetic fields due to electric current. So, as we learn in class 11, that Ørsted is one of the scientists who discovered that any object in which the electric current is flowing, it produces some of the magnetic field around it. So he discovered accidentally that, and he was performing one of the experiment for which actually he connected a wire to a battery, and when an electric current is passing through it, there was a magnetic needle placed around this current carrying conductor, and when the current is flowing through this conductor, this magnetic needle deflects. Then he interchanged the position or polarity of the current flowing, and under such conditions, he found that the magnetic needle is deflected in the different side when the polarity of the current changes. So, with this experiment, he stated that any current carrying conductor, when the current is flowing through that conductor, it produces the magnetic field, or the object placed near the current carrying conductor experiences some force, and that force is due to the current carrying through that conductor. Example, consider that there is a long current carrying conductor and I is the current flowing through this conductor. Suppose there is a point P, whose distance from this current carrying conductor is R. This is point P. When the current is flowing through this conductor, any object placed at point P will experiences the magnetic force, and that force is given by F is equal to I L B, where I is the current, L is the length of current carrying conductor, and B is the strength of magnetic field. So here, this is in the vector form, where the length uh, is the length of the conductor, B is the strength of the magnetic field, and F is the force. So this is actually the scalar quantity. Uh, in terms of vector quantity, we can write this one as F is equal to I L B sine theta, where sine theta is the angle between the direction of length and the direction of the magnetic field. If this angle is 90 degree, in that case, this equation becomes I L B sine 90 degree. So 90 degree sine 90 is nothing but 1. So this equation can be written as F I L B. Now the Ampere's law, which is the generalization of the Barton-Savart law, what it states that the line integral of magnetic field of induction B around any closed path is free space is equal to the absolute permeability of free space, that is mu 0 times the total current flowing through the area bounded by the path. So that is the integration over the closed loop is BDL, where the B is the strength of magnetic field, DL is the small element of closed circuit, mu 0 is the permeability of free space, and I is the current flowing through the conductors. In Ampere's law, we imagine an Amperian loop that is a closed curve around a current carrying conductor. Consider that this is the conductor, and if we trace an Amperian loop, it should be something around this one. So this is the DL. This is the small part of this entire loop, which is DL, and entire length of this Amperian loop will be L. So the choice of Amperian loop is according to our convenience, depending on the symmetry of the problem. Further, we imagine the loop is to be made up of large number of small element, that is what dl, whose length is dl. Then we determine the scalar product of B, and that is strength of magnetic field and the length of the element dl for each element, and add all these elements to form an invariant loop. So this, in this case, the equation will become as uh, integration of closed loop B d l is equal to B d l cos theta, where cos theta, sorry, where cos theta is the angle between the strength of magnetic field or the direction of magnetic field and element. Now we see the applications of Ampere's law. The first application is the magnetic field due to a long straight conductor carrying current. For that, actually, we have to consider a long straight carrying conductor, say X, Y, and we have to find out the magnetic induction of magnetic field at point P, whose distance from this current carrying conductor is R. As you see, in order to find out the magnetic induction at point P, we have to consider an Amperian loop around this point P. Now consider this is the current carrying conductor, and this is the Amperian loop around the current carrying conductor, whose dimension is like circle. So we have to divide this current carrying conductor loop of Amperian loop into small elements whose length is dl. As we have seen, according to Ampere's law, the strength of the magnetic field at point P due to the current flowing through this conductor. Consider I is the current flowing through this conductor, and B is the strength of magnetic field. So according to Wyatt-Savart law and Amperian loop, the strength is given by, in scalar form, in vector form, BDL is equal to mu 0 I, where mu 0 is the permeability of free space, I is the current. Also we have learned that BDL is nothing but integration over BDL cos theta. This is in vector form. So if we take the integration of this one, now we have to consider this magnetic induction, that is around the current carrying conductor, is same in all the directions. So if B, that is the magnetic induction, is same around all the directions, then this will be the constant factor. For integration, we do not take the integration of the constant factor. We only take the integration of a varying factor. So it will be b integration over dl cos theta. Again, cos theta is nothing but the angle between the direction of magnetic field and direction of current I. So in this case, this will be cos theta will be 1. So this value will become 1 and this equation will become b dl is equal to b integration over dA. Now what do you mean by integration? Now consider integration means we are correcting or adding all the small parts into one. Now this Amperian loop is nothing but the circle. So if this is the circle and the small element is dl, so this is dl, and if we take the integration of this whole circle, that's dl, so we have to add all these elements. Now when we consider this is as the circle, so this will be the circumference of the circle, and the circumference, when we adding all these dl, the circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r. So this equation will become as b dl is equal to b 2 pi r. Now, if we give this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2, we can compare equation number 1 and equation number 2 because the right hand side of this equation is same. Here also BDL, here also BDL, only left hand side is the same. Now, if the left hand side is same, right hand side should be the same. So this equation will become as so we can write it, if we compare equation number 1 and 2, we can write mu 0 I is equal to B 2 pi R. Now, because we need to find out the magnetic induction of magnetic field, that is B, we can bring this quantity to this side. So it will become mu 0 I divided by 2 pi R. So this is the magnetic field due to a long straight conductor carrying current.